Oh, you're muted.
Oh, can you hear me now? Okay, there we go. Good evening, everyone. Let's do this again. I got a little good workshop tonight for LinkedIn and brand new yourself online. I've added the slides into Slack so you all can follow along. So feel free to follow along with those slides that I'll be going over. Let's see here. This is my LinkedIn. I'm not going to be using this as an example because I'm not a software developer, software engineer, something that you all are striving to be. So we're going to use someone else. Let's use some students that's graduated from this class. Let's use Taylor Covington. He came from your very class, the part-time class that you are all in right now. Currently, he is working as a full stack engineer over at Baseline Software. So we'll be using him as an example profile. So let me go ahead and I'll go to LinkedIn and make sure I go there real quick. Oh, while I do this, everyone log into LinkedIn, or if you don't have LinkedIn, sign up right now. It'll probably take you like 30 seconds to a minute. So log in LinkedIn if you do. If not, then sign up because we're going to go through it all together. So here's Taylor. We'll have that set up. There we will be talking about. All right, today we're going to be talking about why we're using LinkedIn. Why is it important? Why aren't we using Facebook? Why aren't we using Instagram or something? Then we're going to talk about how to up your profile game on LinkedIn, how to make yourself more searchable, and then we're going to improve your networking here. And then lastly, we're going to talk about branding and why it matters, because you're already kind of doing it and you probably don't even know. Okay, any questions there? Feel free, as I'm going through this, if you have any questions, feel free to jump in. Okay, why LinkedIn? Why is this important? Because it's the largest professional network on the internet. So think of it as a Facebook for your career. Let's see here. Companies, over 149 million companies or workers have LinkedIn profiles, and over 20,000 US companies use it to recruit as of 2018. That's probably a lot more now. So, and then right here, I really want to emphasize 94% of recruiters use LinkedIn to vet candidates. So you can bet if you put an application in, if you apply to a job, whether on their website, on Indeed or something, they're probably going to end up looking you up on LinkedIn. Recruiters use it all the time to make sure that what they have on their resume matches on their LinkedIn, if it's up to date, if this is the right person they're talking to. So you're going to bet they're going to do their research. Number 4, Microsoft acquired LinkedIn for $26 billion with a B, billion, $26 billion in 2016. That's not pocket change, right? They spent a lot of money on that. Why do you think? Let's see, what else did Microsoft pick up recently?
Activision, I believe.
Yeah, didn't they spend like a good $68 billion on Activision Blizzard?
I think it was like $62.8 billion on Activision Blizzard. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of money. Yeah. Can someone look up? Didn't Microsoft also buy GitHub? Like not too long ago, they bought GitHub for how much? Can someone look that up real quick?
Probably a bunch of billions of dollars. I think they bought a lot of stuff.
I think it is in the billions. Last time I looked, it was around like 6 or 7 billion or something like that.
Yeah, I think
what Microsoft
7.5 billion.
$7.5 billion that Microsoft picked up GitHub. What else do they own? Let's see, what else they own? VS Code. Anyone here use VS Code?
Yeah, VS Code's pretty good.
Yeah, VS Code. That's by Microsoft. Another flavor of that's a little more on roids is Visual Studios. That's really powerful for developers. Microsoft, they're just getting more friendly. They own GitHub, they own LinkedIn, they own like VS Code. They're like the largest professional like network on there. Doesn't it make sense for you if you want to be in tech, if you want to be a developer, to have a presence on LinkedIn on their network? So. And then number 5, the number one way people find jobs is through recommendations. I'll go through later and show you how this is done on LinkedIn. LinkedIn has added features all the time and to like helping people like get jobs, get recommendations and things like that on their platform. So we're going to talk about how to up your profile game. Hopefully all by now you've logged into LinkedIn, and if you don't have a LinkedIn, that you're signed up for it too. because we're going to go through all this. We're going to make sure your profile is strong. Why is this important? We already talked about that. People are going to come to it to check it out. But LinkedIn, this is kind of like your online resume. This is like where your online career credentials sit. So you want to make sure it's up to date and you want to reflect what, like, all the things that you know so that people are looking at it. Okay, so we're going to go through every single one of this, starting first with the profile photo. This is common sense, but a lot of people do get it wrong. So let's go through this. You're more likely to be viewed if you have one 14 times. Just makes sense, right? You want to convey the right message, so you want to use an image that's pretty professional looking. 3, dress for the industry. 4, keep a minimum background. 5, keep it current. Don't use like an image from like high school or way back then or something. Try to stay away from this. This is more important. Making sure, look at your LinkedIn right now. Make sure it doesn't fall into any of this. Make it that you're cropping people out of your picture, using a blurry lit or a poorly lit picture, using filters, taking yourself too seriously, a goofy expression, not smiling or looking at the camera, being too far away or close, using black and white photo, or even not having a photo at all. So you don't want to fall into any of this. Look at your LinkedIn right now. How does it look? Let's look at Taylor's professional or a profile photo. Looks good, right? Professional, dressed for the industry, has just standing right in front of a brick wall. So anyone can take a picture like this. You can use your phone, do a selfie, stand in front of a wall, find like a cool brick wall or even like a blank white wall and take your own image. So you shouldn't have an excuse by like, oh, I don't have a profile photo. You need one or else people won't click on you. Okay, any questions there? I'm going to move through this. Okay, next up is cover photo. So this is pretty much grabbed from Facebook. If you know cover photos in Facebook, this is essentially it on LinkedIn. See, this is it doesn't look like he has one. He has just like a cool design for Taylor. It's nice and simple, but it's just something that you can use to creatively express who you are. So feel free to go find like a picture out there that you like. Maybe it's something connected to Utah, the mountains, or tech, or whatever you feel like is you. Let's see, next up, all right, customize your URL. Okay, this is really easy and important, but a lot of people don't do, or they just don't see where it is to get done. So really important here is, as you can see, if you go to linkedin.com for Taylor Covington, he has his name, Taylor J. Covington, after LinkedIn. You can customize that. So how do you do that? If you go to your own profile, on the top right-hand corner, let's see here. There is an edit public profile and URL. Click on that. That's going to bring you to a page where you can edit your profile page. So that mine is linkedin.com/NeVanDoan. That's my full name. If you've never done that, it'll probably be a bunch of hashes. So how you edit it is right here on the top right-hand corner. Edit your custom URL, personalize your URL for your profile, and then click on the pencil mark and you can adjust it. If you've never done this, it'll probably be like a bunch of numbers and letters, and you don't want that, right? That's not really good for SEO, good for search engine optimization. It's not going to do well. So you want it to really reflect who you are. So probably something with your name in it. So let's give you all a second to do that. Does anyone need me to go through that again? Of where to edit your public profile URL on LinkedIn?
Yes.
Okay. You're on your profile page, top right-hand corner, edit public profile and URL. Click on that. That'll get you to a page where it'll give you further editing privileges. So on the top right-hand corner, click on the pencil mark, and that's where you edit it. So usually put your name or something like that, and then click save. All right. Does anyone need more time to get that done? Easily promote your profile. So, if you put it on your resume, you can go linkedin.com/whatever your name is, rather than linkedin.com, a bunch of hashes of what it was before. Okay, moving on, your personal summary. So this is kind of your about me. This is going to take some time. So this isn't just going to get like right out the door. You're going to know exactly what to type about yourself, right? So here are some really good guidelines to be with. You want to be engaging, original, write in the first person, focus on the target audience, and then be clear for a next step for readers at the end. Let's see, let me go back to Taylor's and see what he has for himself. Taylor Covington, about me. Hey world, I'm a full stack engineer and investor for Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm passionate about developing SaaS from design to production deployment. I also enjoy mentoring other developers who are looking to break into development or starting their first dev job. My current tech stack, React, Node, TypeScript, GraphQL, Postgres, and AWS. In my spare time, I'm building personal finance app, Stream Finance, to simplify your wealth growing process. And learn more about me on my profile, portfolio, and blog, taylorcovington.com. So that's nice. Really at the end, he has a place where you can go further to find out more information about him. Kind of like, now go look at this. So really nice there. Really nicely put. So a lot of times people ask me, it's like, I don't know what to put for myself. I would always suggest go out there and read other people's personal about me, and then get some inspiration and pick from that. Any questions there about the about me section? Right here. You don't have to do it right now, but definitely make it a note that to come back to this so that you can update and put something that's really relevant to what you are today. All right, moving on. Skills. All right, this is important. Recruiters, they are lazy. So they will match a job that they're looking for based on the skills that they need with the people that are out there that have the skills listed on their LinkedIn. So if you don't have it, you're not going to be matched up with that person. So you want to update it to all the skills you're learning in this class, all the tech skills. Really good job matching, and then endorsement. I'll show you where the endorsements are here in a second. But let's scroll down to the skills section on your LinkedIn profile. Right after education is skills. This is where you can list the hard skills that you've learned in the course, the tech skills. So just go in here and add them in. So if you do it on your profile, let me go to me. Why is my internet so slow? Hello. Still loading. Okay, well, there. All right, the skill section. Yeah, there should be a pencil mark on the right-hand corner where you can add, right there, where you can edit, add skills. Right now, I want everyone in this class to type in 3 skills that you've learned in this class. So 3 tech skills that you've learned. Let's see what Taylor Covington has. React.js, full stack development, GraphQL, web development. So all these things, if you scroll down, you can see Ruby, HTML, Ruby on Rails. I'll spend a couple minutes here at 3 skills you've learned in this class. Could be something like Ruby on Rails, JavaScript, and put it on there. After you're done, I want you all to go search, let's see here. Go add each other. Go find one person that you've worked with in this class and add them as a connection. Add one person in this class. Right now, you can always go back and add more people later, but just for the sake of right now, add one person that you've worked with in this class. Could be their primary portfolio project, hackathon, or even an assignment.
Hey, Nee.
Yeah.
I was wondering, where's that skills thing? I'm trying to find it. I can't.
If you scroll down, it should be after. Is this your first time setting up LinkedIn?
No.
Okay, if it's not your first time setting up LinkedIn, there should be a section right after education for skills. If it is your first time setting up LinkedIn, it might not appear yet, so that you'll have to go through the steps of setting up your LinkedIn profile all the way until you see the skills section. So right here, you should be able to see skills and then adding it in here.
Okay, I'll try to find it.
Yeah, it should be. It's on there. You just it's dug pretty deep sometimes, especially if you've never added to it or if it's your first time on it. So right here, the pencil mark right after education.
Yeah, okay, I found it. And then I have another question. So
Sure.
coming out of DevPoint Labs, right? we're gonna eventually, want to get a job as a web developer, get into the field. Would you suggest, or do you think we should have any type of like, our experience, like work experience on there, or none, since we haven't technically had any in the field? Like, I don't know how to phrase my question very well.
Are you talking about experience from previous jobs that you worked
Yes.
at, or experience
Yeah.
from your current self or something?
No, experience from like past jobs, like
Yeah.
if they're not related.
I think it still shows that you've gotten a consistent track record of like keeping a job or being employed. I think it's important. So even if it's not like tech related, you can still put that. So for Taylor Covington, for example, he has his software engineering stuff. He also has Fidelity Investment, where before he was an engineer, he was doing stuff like on the investment side. So he was doing stuff like more like on the trading and of like not non-technical side of Fidelity before he became an engineer.
Okay.
Yeah. So definitely, if you have experience in other jobs, definitely put it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Hey,
Great questions. Yeah.
can I just make a suggestion or a thought? So we
Yeah.
don't have to like be combing through like Daniel Williams or like Freddie Ramos all over LinkedIn. Can we just like just paste the URL to our profile just in this chat, and we can just find each other quickly?
Yeah, put it in Slack. Yeah, that'll actually be an easier one. Yeah, put your URL in Slack here. I'll put mine too, and we'll just all add each other. That's a great idea. Let me find my Slack.
And
then
another
Put
question.
it all in here, and then make sure you add. That'll be easier.
I was also wondering, Lee,
Uh-huh.
would you say, like, for example, let's say, would you say we should put like our skills, like, even if, I don't know, for example, for me, I feel like I'm not that great at JavaScript, but I still know it. Do you think we should still put those, or only like their skills that we feel very like comfortable with?
That's a really good question. You kind of have like the imposter syndrome of like, if you put something there, do you actually know it or something?
Yeah.
I always suggest if you put something there, you should be able to back it up. So if you don't know it well enough to talk about it, then don't put it. But if
Okay.
you then you kind of realize where your holes are, right? Where you got to study and learn more about that. So
Okay.
yeah. Good question. Right. Here's another one under skills. Do you see the endorse button here right underneath it? You all in here can endorse each other. Once you're connected as a mutual connection of friends, you can endorse them. Let's say you worked with them on a project, on a homework or something, and oh, this person knows their JavaScript. I'm going to endorse Taylor Covington right now. He knows his JavaScript. This is only going to help. Now it shows that where is it go? Where'd it go? Oh, I just lost it. Oh, right here. Shows that he has 2 endorsements for 2 people that he knows JavaScript. I want you all, once you've added each other on LinkedIn, go endorse each other. You're supposed to add 1 skill and then go endorse 1 person right now. Nice. We're putting everyone in there. You can see it populate in Slack. Now, why are we doing this? Why are we endorsing? Why are we adding each other? We're like, well, like, what's the point of this, right? Networking. This is all about networking, right? This is growing your network. So you're adding the people in this class right now, because you never know later on where they're going to work at. I've seen it all the time. Students, once they graduate, they're working on a job. When their current job is hiring, they usually pull from their classmates, people they know they've worked with. I see that happen all the time. So you want to be able to create a large network here, starting on LinkedIn with your own classmates. Add Henry, add your TAs, add myself. It's only going to increase your network. Okay, so you all should have a chance to add at least 1 skill. Definitely go back It's not enough time here for you to add all the skills you've learned in the class. So go back later and update it and add more, and then feel free to endorse more stuff. So it's a great networking opportunity. All right, any questions there about skills before I move on? All right, well, next up, update location, industry, and current role. So this just makes sense because, you know, companies that are hiring in the area, they usually want to hire people locally so that, you know, well, now it's a little different because there's a lot of work from home and everyone's remote, but atypically, not during this like whole COVID time, you know, people are usually looking to hire based on like your location. So let's see where that's at. It's all the way at the top. Oh, let's go back to Taylor's Covington. All the way at the top, there's a section for you to put where you're at. Taylor has Eagle Mountain, Utah, United States. So this is where your location is. Make sure you update that wherever you're at. I know some people in here might not be in Utah, so feel free to update it to wherever you are. Increase recruiters that recommend jobs for you, makes you 24 more likely to search results. Yeah, so if there are jobs that pop up in that area or city, it'll pop up for you. So just makes sense for that. Okay, education. All right, this is important, right? What do you put for the education that you're receiving here at DevPoint Labs? You want to put something there, right? So that people know that you went to a coding bootcamp school, you learned to code at a professional place. You're not just some la-di-da person that's learning to code online. You've gone through it. So you want to add DevPoint Labs. We were approved as a school on LinkedIn. So we're an actual school page on there. And then another great resource after you have DevPoint Lab as a school, connecting with alumni. This is a wealth of information here. So let's see. Let's go down to see the education for Taylor Covington and see what he put. He's got full stack certificate, full stack web development during 2019 for DevPoint Labs. You can add, you should be able to add your education here. There should be a plus sign or a pencil button for you to edit it. And this is what he did here. Make sure you find the school here. Let's go to the school page. See, on the school page, I'm going to view it as a member because I'm also admin on the page. So this is what you all should see. Is the school page. You got 511 alumni on there. So it's really great, a great research tool. So if you're applying for jobs, let's say in a city or company that you know there might be a dev pointer at, this is a great way for you to hit them up so you can get your foot in the door. So if I go to the alumni section, you can see, wow, my internet is so slow right now. You can see things like where they're working at, where they live. And you never know that there could be someone there that is willing to help, and networking is huge right there. So at DevPoint as a school, make it in your education, and when you need to, it's a great research tool there. All right, any questions about the education section and what you should put for yourself? Yeah, it looks like Taylor Covington went to Slick and then went to DevPoint Labs and then became a developer or software engineer. Okay, moving on. No questions there about education. We will talk about volunteering causes. So there's a section on there where you can showcase your volunteering causes on LinkedIn. Let's see if he has any here. Oh, it doesn't look like Taylor Covington has put any volunteering causes, but there is this section here for it. So if you do have some stuff you want to showcase, definitely utilize it. All right, next up. All right, so this is basically your headline from Facebook. This is kind of like your status or something. So you can put, it's usually like your job title, but you can put more than that. You can put more than your job title because nowadays people wear many hats. So here's a chance to say a little bit about yourself, what your role, what you do, and what makes you tick. You can use commas or bars to separate things out and get creative. So let's see what Taylor is. Top of it, full stack software engineer at Baseline Software. So pretty standard, but gets the point across, right? Let's read some examples that we got in here. Russell Foss, in permanent beta, learning, improving, evolving. Andrew Foote, I make people care about you on LinkedIn. Sydney Gallup, I like to blow shit up. I'm the Michael Bay of business. So go around, see what other people have put for them being a software engineer, people that have just graduated and going into the field looking for jobs. Any questions there? All righty. Okay, all right. So we did all this. The main point to doing all this is to attract recruiters to your profile, right? So you want to show up in searches. You want to have the right job titles in your profile on LinkedIn, or else you're not going to show up in their searches. You want to be clickable. You want to have a profile photo versus not having one, right? Let's say a recruiter or someone that's looking for talent is using LinkedIn. They're coming across someone that has a profile photo and someone that doesn't have a profile photo. They're usually going to click on the one that has the picture versus not. So you want to be able to be clickable, and also have a headline that stands out. Have something that speaks to them, a little bit more creative than just I'm a developer or I'm someone that's an aspiring software engineer, something like that. Oh, sorry, a little quick there. Stay active and up to date. So make sure that you have your location, and it's in LinkedIn. What is it? LinkedIn is a social network. It's like Facebook, it's like Instagram. It really pays you to be social on it. So logging into LinkedIn once every couple months, you're not gonna show up in their algorithm for things as much as someone that logs in more active, like a couple times a week or a few days or something like that, is a lot better than not logging in every full moon. So it's LinkedIn. You're supposed to like, comment on people's posts. You're supposed to go around and be more social on it. So you want to create a presence. And then 4, expand your network. We already talked about it. And we started about it here in class. You added your classmates. You added your Henry. You added myself. That's only going to increase your connection. And adding the school, the alumni, that's only going to increase the connection later on or when you're utilizing it as a tool. All right. Okay, job searching with LinkedIn. So LinkedIn now has a thing where you can easily apply from LinkedIn when employers are posting jobs on there. And they'll also match you if they show that you have someone in your connection that may be working there or have worked there, that you can ask for referrals. So let's see here, something like this. So for example, on LinkedIn, sometimes you'll come across job posting that's straight on there, and it'll automatically show if you have any connections that's connected to there, and you can automatically ask straight from LinkedIn to get a referral. Why is that important? Here we go. Networking, making the ask. So you're going to find a job you're interested in, connect with the person of the company, check your network for the first connection, and then send a message. Really important in the message is you don't want to be an immediate, ask for immediate referral. You don't want to sound needy, right? So instead, ask for perspective and experience. So here's a really good example here that we're using for Josh. Hi, Josh. Hope all is well with you since you made from TFA, which is Teach for America, to Google. How are you enjoying life out there in the Bay? I came across the software engineering intern BSMS fall 2018 role at Google and was wondering if you'd be willing to chat more about what your experience has been like at Google. I've always appreciated getting your perspective on things, so a short call would mean a lot to me. Let me know if you'd be willing / able to chat for 20-30 minutes on Monday next week. Looking forward to catching up. Andrew. So really friendly. He's not asking for a job. He's asking for perspective. And he's not asking for too much of his time, 20-30 minutes, right? Feel free to use this as an example. Pick from this as something that you can use to ask someone later on if there's a job out there that you can ask for referral. Any questions there? I know it's hard, but it's really, how do you stand out, right? Because when you're looking at it, you're up against your own classmate that's graduating from this class, other boot camp graduates, other CS graduates, other people that are already maybe currently in the industry and changing jobs. So how do you stand out? This is all about branding yourself, right? So we talked about your LinkedIn profile, which is part of the big Microsoft. I truly believe there's the big three tech companies out there: Facebook, Microsoft, and Google. Apple's more for hardware. They're up there too, but they don't have a big social presence. So I'm going to skip over that. But here they are. You got Microsoft with LinkedIn, Facebook with Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Google, what do they own that makes them a big player in the social media game or social media world? What does Google own that makes them a big player?
Well, they on YouTube,
Yeah.
right? But I'm
YouTube,
sure.
bingo, exactly. So on YouTube, can you comment, like, subscribe? It's really cool because YouTube is a combination of a search engine combined with videos and a social media platform all together. So YouTube is huge, yes. When you're looking to do something, build something, or even code, some people go on YouTube to do it all the time. So you can create like your own YouTube channel. So what is this? What's branding? Why do we care about branding? You know, branding, personal branding is taking intentional actions to focus others' opinions about you. You're probably already doing it if you have a public Facebook, a public Instagram, a public YouTube channel, anything that's public facing. We're not talking about the private stuff. We're not talking about like your own friends and family's Facebook or Instagram account. We're talking about accounts that you have out there that people can search, that people can look up anytime they want. If you have this, it's only going to help you because why does it matter? Employers nowadays, they're not only interested in your tech abilities, they want to see if you're a cultural fit. They want to see if you can fit well in the team. They want to see if you can mesh well with everyone here. So they're going to do their search. They're going to look you up. They're going to Google you, your name. And if you come up on LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, any of that stuff, they're going to look at it. So make sure that it looks professional, that it looks the way that you want it to look, right? You want it to portray the intentional focus, the opinion about you that's out there. So I have a suggestion. You don't have to do this, but if you do, it's only going to create more opportunities for you. Create an online presence. A strong online presence only generates more job opportunities. So consider a professional Instagram, Medium, YouTube, Twitter, what's it called? YouTube channel, TikTok, even TikTok too. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Because why? It's only going to create more opportunities. I'm going to give you some examples here. We got 5 examples. We got Taylor Covington. So here's who we just barely talked about in our example on LinkedIn, right? Taylor Covington, he graduated from your very class, the part-time course, about, I say, midway or at the end of his class, of his cohort is when he started his Twitter account. He has a professional Twitter account out there where he just helps upcoming aspiring developers out there to answer questions and stuff. So pretty cool page that he's created. Fat Mom Coding, she was actually in our full-time course. So she has her own Instagram account. She has the things that she cares about. And let's see, coding. Vicky Daily Stand Up. She started her account when she started to learn to code it out of a boot camp in New York. And even after now that she graduated and got a job as a developer, she's still posting content and video for new coders just to help them out and stuff. Code Dad, he started his Instagram account when he was having a kid and learning to code at the same time. So it's really cool to see the balance that he was trying to do between all those major tasks that he has on his plate. And then Girl on a Hike, she's another example of someone at DevPoint. She went to the full-time course, but probably within a couple of weeks to a month, she got picked up and got a job right away. And the company that picked her up, it was an outdoors company. She already had a really strong presence online. Girl on a Hike, girlonahike.com. Her name is Alicia Baker, of a really good outdoors Instagram. I firmly believe it only helped her get the job after the course. So, any questions there? You don't have to do this. You don't have to all go out there and start an account on something you don't like or something like that. But if you do, I'm just telling you, if you do, it's only going to create more opportunities and make you stand out more. So, any questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
Kind of two. So, so what you're saying is like, you think we should have like a professional account and like, whether we have apart from like our personal account type thing?
Yeah, if you want to, and if you do, you should plan on like what you're posting and post frequently, not something that you just have and don't do anything to, you know? So
Yeah,
all these
I get
accounts
that.
are all pretty active.
Okay, and then
I would even say another big one out there right now, TikTok. TikTok is probably another big player in the social media realm of like branding yourself online. So
Mhm. And then my other question was, I don't know, let's say, where would you put, or would you, I'm guessing you would want to put this on there, but let's say, I don't know, multiple languages.
uh-huh.
You'd want to put that in your LinkedIn, right? Or
Yeah,
if there
that's
is a
where the
space.
skills would go. Yeah, the languages that you like, oh, languages as in the language you speak.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, there should be a section in LinkedIn for a language that you speak in there too. Because I think on mine, I speak Vietnamese. Let me see the real quick. Languages, yes. So there's a language section that you can put.
oh, okay.
Yeah, great question.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Any other question? All right. Make sure you add me on LinkedIn, everyone. If you have any questions, if you want me to check out your LinkedIn, give me personal recommendations or my 2 cents, hit me up. I'm on Slack or even on LinkedIn.
Right, thank you, Nee.
Sweet, thanks,
Yeah,
Nate.
of course.